Attack of the Cybermen, Part 1, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Buzz, my dudes.
Doctor Who theme.
Yeah. That is
Back to the
certainly
good old
was.
BritBox subtitles. Oh my god. So I'm here with Brian and Jacob, and they're
Yeah.
fucking idiots.
I made it this time.
Oh yeah, didn't Brian not make the last one that he was supposed to be on?
Yeah, it was supposed to be a 7-part commentary. Then I had to settle for 4 parts with Dylan.
So who is Paula Moore?
Paula Moore is a friend of Eric Sayward's that Eric Sayward credited for his own script.
Why?
Because apparently there was this rule at the BBC that script editors couldn't write the first story of a season.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's what Eric Sayward says, but I'm assuming
that's a general rule. Terrence Dicks complained about it a couple times too.
Yeah, I mean, even though Terrence Dicks didn't write any actual stories for the Pertwee era.
Yeah, weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Why would he complain about it? I can see that being a complaint from Robert Holmes, because Robert Holmes, if he had it his way, he would write his entire fucking season. But
I was just watching some old interviews with Terrence Dicks, and he was being really complainy about everything.
Weird.
What a lovely man. We'll miss him dearly.
Can get an F in the chat.
Oh yeah, I forgot. They updated the Cyberman gun effects for this story for some reason.
Oh, really?
Or maybe it's meant to be Cyberman looking at people? I'm not sure. I think there's a scene where it comes up here where it sort of fades into this real pixelated thing.
I think that's just a thing that they decided to do. Wait, yeah. So this is obviously an Eric Sayward script.
It's a beautiful script.
Oh, okay. So it is just the Cyberman
thing?
looking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this it? No, that can't be it. Right? That wasn't it.
No, that's what I was talking about. I was confused.
What, that pixely thing?
Yeah.
I could have swore that was in the original version.
That's in the original version.
Then why were you saying it was updated?
No. I mean,
I think he's saying from Earthshock.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Oh, I love him so much.
Okay, what? I've got to ask. This plot point, this whole let's prepare.
But wait, the line's coming up.
Fuck you.
The line.
Colin Baker impersonating ass bitch. What is Nicola Bryant's costuming department?
For the dads. Is it the unstable line?
Yeah.
Unstable?
Fuck you. Oh my god.
Okay, Brian. No, but what I was trying to say was, so when they were planning when they were writing the script, they would have already had reactions to Twin Dilemma. Right?
Yeah.
They must have. So why would they think, let's try to fix the chameleon circuit as a plot point?
I don't know, I kind of like it.
I mean, it's
only right after Twin Dilemma.
So.
I don't know, it's kind of fan-wanky, but I enjoy it.
Also, do we ever get an explanation for what the tool is that the Doctor uses?
It's a sonic lens. What it's called. Sonic lens. Get fucked, Joey.
That was Jacob asking that question.
He said something like, I explained it.
Okay, gotcha. So, speaking of Brian's absolutely god-awful Colin Baker impression, so Time of Your Life comes out in November. Yeah, November. It is the best score ever.
Oh, fuck, wait. It's
anyway,
so done by the same guy who did the Sea Devils and Earthshock.
wonderful. So if I may finish my point, Time of Your Life, our adaptation of Steve Lyons' Time of Your Life original novel, comes out in November. The sneak peek for it, by the time this comes out, is already out, even though at the time of recording this, I still haven't even decided what the sneak peek's going to be. So, yeah.
You really need to get on that, Joey.
Hey, shut your face, bitch. Anyway, so trailer comes out next month, and release begins. Shit, I wish I could remember. November something. God damn it.
Doesn't it end on the 23rd?
Well, I know it ends on the 23rd, but hang on. Yeah, so it starts on the 2nd. November 2nd.
All Souls Day.
What?
All Souls Day if you're Catholic.
You know something funny?
What?
Litton's with Terry Malloy again.
Oh, yeah.
Lovely stuff. Fucking Terry Malloy. Lovely man.
I mean, this is basically a Resurrection of the Daleks reunion.
And it's amazing. I love it. I love Resurrection of the Daleks. I love Attack of the Cybermen. I love most Eric Sayward stories, come to think of it.
What are the ones that you hate?
Well, I don't think I particularly hate any. I don't like Earthshock that much.
That's weird. Do you like The Visitation?
I thought Earthshock was Peter Grimwade.
No, Eric Sayward.
I think Grimwade was the director.
Grimwade directed it, and then Grimwade wrote Time Flight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but no, I like The Visitation. Oh, he only wrote 4 stories. Fucking hell. Well, yeah, then I like everything but Earthshock. So yeah.
Well, he wrote, let's see, Visitation, Earthshock, Resurrection of the Daleks.
And Revelation, yeah.
And technically
sorry, and also Attack of the Siren, yeah, so, shit. Oh, I like Slipback, too. Slipback's fun.
I don't like Slipback.
I've not actually heard Slipback.
It's good.
I think it's shit. Saws, Joey.
Well, you're wrong. Let's see what else. Does anyone else just like? Okay, I want to have a brief conversation about Cullen's TV run. As I think it's definitely the easiest to criticize of any of the TV eras. At least among
it's also the shortest. So
well, yeah, and among a general audience, it's not very well liked. But I don't know. I really love the abrasive Doctor. I really like that archetype for him.
Here's one of my biggest problems with the majority of Cullen's TV run. The 45-minute serials were not.
Oh.
What?
No, I just said I like the 45-minute
problem.
I think they have a problem of very obviously trying to be 4-parters, or like 4-parters that were meant to be 4-parters, just dramatically.
Okay, see that I understand. I get that.
Also, that weirdness of Revelation of the Daleks, for whatever reason, not having the Doctor start to do anything in the story until like part 2.
Oh my fucking god! Dying on me.
What?
My internet's dying on me. Because you're looking at my screen, right? Like the internet access is just like fucking going up and down, up and down.
Lovely. Well, I guess we'll know if you get fucked if this cuts out. So stay tuned to find out.
Stay tuned.
But overall, Jacob, I was more referring to the characterization of TV Cullen.
Oh, I think TV Cullen's characterization starts out well.
What are you saying? Twin Dilemma is like the most
ungodly.
Do not forsake the god that is Twin Dilemma. Fuck you.
I mean, Twin Dilemma is shit, and they shouldn't have had him choke Perry. But the abrasiveness, it's a good starting place to build a character arc off of.
Oh yeah, Cullen's the best thing about the Twin Dilemma. He's amazing in it.
It's just the biggest problem is they didn't. One, they probably should have started softening him immediately after Twin Dilemma aired.
I think it's well paced, personally. I think Trial of a Time Lord as a whole sets up a much broader story arc for the Sixth Doctor to go on, and one that never got fulfilled.
Until Big
And,
Finish happened.
and Well, yeah, exactly. But like, as far as like the first two seasons of a longer story arc go, I think his characterization was paced really well. So I think his personality throughout season 22 actually really works.
It's just a shame that it ended so shortly.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and we see the first inklings of of him properly mellowing out in Mind Warp. Yeah, I mean, you see it a bit in Mysterious Planet towards the beginning, with how him and Perry's relationship has sort of softened, and then you have Mind Warp, of course, which really affects him deeply. Not there wasn't really an event before that point, at least on TV, that really brought the Sixth Doctor down a peg quite as much as the end of Mind Warp.
Yeah.
That ending to Mind Warp is fucking brilliant.
I remember when I first showed my brother Mind Warp, I didn't tell him at all about, like, he didn't know at all that it was technically Perry's last story, and he was just absolutely shattered at the end because you could hardly see it coming before it actually happened. So I think
because it basically is the time in universe. It's the Time Lords basically interfering.
Yeah.
I just think it's a fucking really nice acting moment from Colin. He plays it off really well.
Oh, yeah. And then, of course, Mind Warp brings out the godliness that is Perry and the Piscon Paradox.
And the Widow's Assassin.
Yes. And speaking of Perry and the Piscon Paradox, I'm going to plug my top 20 Big Finish stories, which you should really go check out. And I'm really upset that, like, a few days after I released the second part of that, I was binging the Unbound range for the first time. I'd only heard the David Warner stuff before that, and shit, Deadline really belongs in that list now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Shit, man. I'm really upset that I didn't wait on that. I mean, not that I could have predicted that. I would have loved the story so much time. Whooshing!
So I have this idea for a series I want to do on my channel about specific, like, individuals in Dalek stories who recur more often than people realize. Like, one of my favorite things that is explored in the Doctor Who universe is the Dalek Prime. The Dalek Prime's a really cool character because he's pretty much there for the beginning and end of the classic run. So he's there in Genesis, he's there in Evil of the Daleks, and he's there basically until the show's canceled.
Okay, I gotta be real. I have no fucking clue who the Dalek Prime is.
I know exactly what he's talking about. He's talking about John Peel's original character insert Dalek.
Oh, fuck John
in the
Peel.
novelization.
Shut up, Brian.
Wait.
Alright, so after that really hard jump cut, sorry about that. Fucking John Peel.
Where was I?
Dalek Prime and your shitty John Peel fan wank.
Oh yeah, so I want to do the Dalek Prime as a video. I also want to do Davros's timeline as a video. And I also want to do a video on the actual Dalek Alpha, not my shitty reimagining of it.
Does Alpha have a story post-Evil?
Yeah. Children of the Revolution, dog. Look it up.
What is that?
It's a comic strip.
Gay.
One of the Doctor comics.
Anyway, I like this scene because it's that first time where you kind of see that that completely different sort of side to the Doctor, like, and you really see how much Perry cares for him.
Okay.
Wow, you really just did him like that. Yeah, I do like the idea that the Doctor has regenerative trauma post his first story. That really hasn't been done since this.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
vote for extended trauma.
You vote for extended trauma. Of what? Of just regeneration, or just in general?
Of in
Mono-
general.
Want to talk about trauma? Let's talk about the sad fact that monoids can't fuck.
Wait, what?
Monoids don't appear to have genitalia, so how do they fuck? How do they procreate?
Budding.
What the fuck, Jacob?
Why not?
Why was that the first thing that came into your head?
I don't know. It just was.
I would have just said, I don't know, but you're the one who just went budding.
I just went to the first type of asexual reproduction that my mind thought of.
Mine thinks of gemulation for some reason.
Did you guys see eSpace's tweet about there being a post-regenerative story not set on Earth that we haven't had since in a really long time? And I realized that the last time we had a post-regeneration story not on Earth was Time in the Rani.
I was gonna say, was it Time in the Rani?
Yep,
I hope it wasn't Time in the Rani.
it was Time in the Rani.
Shit.
But then when you come to think of it, the only post-regeneration stories not on Earth are Power, Twindalema, and Time in the Rani.
Well, no, Castro.
Oh no, sorry, Castorella. Shit, you're right.
Well, the regeneration itself does take place on Earth.
That's true.
Yeah, no, that is kind of shitty. Like,
because it creates such an interesting situation where it's like the Doctor is very familiar with Earth, so you have more familiar surroundings to get him used to. Whereas, like if it's not on Earth, you throw that post regenerative trauma into a totally different setting. And I think it's a lot more interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Well,
I kind of like how
story
they
that
keep
just
the trauma going in this story. Also, why were they back? Why did they go back to the TARDIS?
because they found the source of the distress signal but couldn't get into the place that they needed to get into or something.
Okay, yeah.
So short hop.
Is that what they're doing?
I believe so.
Did you guys ever use the Metabellus 2 preference revealer?
Yes.
The what?
The Metabellus 2 preference revealer for
Wait a
Doctor
minute.
Who.
Are you seriously pronouncing Metabellus as Metabellus?
It's you can very much say Metabellus.
It's Metabellus, Joey.
Metabellus?
Yeah. Metabellus 3.
Sure.
I don't know what this is.
It's basically like a really easy, like a more fair way to do story rankings.
Yeah, basically it does all the algorithms and maths you need to do when it asks you, do you prefer this or this, and then puts it into a list, and boom, you've got your list.
Except it's extra gay because it counts Utopia as a separate story from Sound of Drums and Last of the Time Lords.
Yeah, no, that's a 3-parter.
It very much is. And so is Girl Who Died and Woman Who Lived, and they separate those for some reason.
I could see Girl Who Died and Woman Who Lived a little more then.
I consider them two halves of the same thing.
Yeah, as do I.
You can't really do Woman Who Lived without Girl Who Died, so yeah.
It would be a different situation if they were like at two opposite ends of the series, but they're one right after another.
It's like saying, oh, the first half of Project Lazarus is a different story from the second half of Project Lazarus.
Yeah. I mean, it also doesn't help that both halves of Project Lazarus had the same name.
Yeah. But that's the thing with the New Who stories. They they don't really have part 1s and part 2s. They're all individually titled. Whoa! I know you guys can't hear it, but Nicola Bryant's accent just slipped, like, really fucking slipped.
I don't need to hear Nicola Bryant's accent to understand that it slips all the time, Brian.
It slips a lot.
Usually I don't notice it, but she just went, Doctor!
Fun. Has anyone missed the Sixth Doctor just straight up murdering people?
Yeah, I miss it.
Like he just killed that guy, right? Like that's what's implied, right? He just
Yeah,
fucking killed. Yeah,
well,
okay.
he's fucking murderer.
Davros says, the Doctor, the man who never would.
This is a perfect time to talk about how dumb the man who never would is as an idea.
Especially considering how many, like, that the Sixth Doctor is probably, like, canonically the Doctor that Davros has most encountered.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's like you mostly know this cunt, and he's the one who kills the most.
It's true.
I remember being so fucked up the first time I watched the Two Doctors. I was like, did he just like fucking like
He just chloroforms Shock Eye?
I was like, what the fuck just happened? I mean, now I laugh at it, but fucking hell, oh my god, it's rough. Does he do it at least once in each of his TV stories, or at least season 22?
Let's see, season 22. I don't know. Let's see. He kills the people in this story. Varys, he does the acid bath.
Yeah. What's Mark of the Ronnie?
I don't think he does. I don't think he does in Mark of the Ronnie.
Okay, so then there's Shock Eye and the Two Doctors. Does he?
He kills the android in Time Lash, doesn't he?
Does that count though?
Yeah, that counts.
Okay.
Because New Who would have it that all life matters, so yes, it counts. Who does he kind of just lets Davros go with the Daleks in Revelation, but that doesn't count.
I mean, technically, you could say the Doctor indirectly kills a lot of people in every Doctor Who story, but, you know, Cullen's the only one who would just straight up go up to someone and strangle the living daylights out of them.
He does in Shock Eye's case.
He does, like, oh my fuck, that I remember it. Like, that's the one that sticks in my mind the most, because I'm just like, wow, that they not only showed his death, like they held on to every single second of it.
My favorite thing was, you know, sometimes you just end up watching Watch Mojo, and you don't even mean to, it just kind of fucking happens.
Oh, fuck
but
you, nope.
There was a top 10 times the Doctor has killed list on Watch Mojo UK, and number 1 was 6 chloroforming Shock Eye.
Yes! I love it.
I mean, you also have 3 murdering Ogrons.
Oh yeah! He just like fucking shoots out the Ogrons in Day of the Daleks, doesn't he?
He does.
And cliffhanger.
Nope. Oh wait, shit! Yeah, this will be about that time. Fuck, you're right.
This would be where the.
Oh shit, you're right. God damn it! Oh god, I never.
Why do you think? Why do you think? I feel like this was written as it was meant to be a like.
I mean, don't 4-part cuts exist of each of the season 22 stories?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
I think because of us Yanks.
Yeah, they're like weird extra cliffhangers. In the case of Attack of the Cybermen, it works, but in other stories, like I think Two Doctors has some real weird ones.
Well, I feel like by the time that, because I mean, the Two Doctors was a very rushed job. As good of a story as it was a very rushed job. I feel like Robert Holmes knew he was writing for 45-minute episodes.
Diamanda Hagen in her series she did an overview of all the classic series. In season 22, she has this like little skit about the Two Doctors, and it's about it's basically Robert Holmes getting increasingly frustrated at J&T for all the changes that had to be made.
Oh yeah.
Got the lovely Earth Shock music in the background.
Ooh, Cyber Scout though. Ooh.
Why are their guns so gold? Like, if the point is they're meant to be shadows, like you're not meant to see them in the dark, then why
Also,
the fuck would you make their guns bright gold?
Also, okay, this might be an unpopular opinion time,
But
while I don't necessarily love the 80s design, it is infinitely better than any of the Cybermen designs in New Who, minus the Mondasian Cybermen.
Oh, I agree with that.
Yeah. Here's the problem. Here's my problem with New Who's Cybermen designs. They're too robotic.
Oh, yeah.
Which would have been my complaint about the 80s Cybermen design, had not the New Who's Cybermen design happened as well. Because, with the 80s design, you can see... Brian, let me finish. You can see the bodies of the actors inside. The outline in the costume.
Yeah.
Whereas it looks like a robot in the new stuff.
I mean, it also just doesn't help that, the only good New Who Cyberman design is the recreation of the 10th Planet one. Yeah. Other than that, I just, even if I didn't have the knowledge of what the Cybermen are supposed to be and I was just looking at it aesthetically, I just think it's weird and clunky. It doesn't work. Well, yeah, the New Who Cyberman as a whole, that is.
Christ almighty, that Fozzie Bear Cyberman.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Jacob, you know the fate. You know the fate of people who say that on my channel.
I don't.
You're right, because it's never happened. But now that it's happened, I kind of hate it. So, yeah.
You're like, now I hate it.
And ooh, how good is the shooting here outside Telos? Ooh, it's beautiful.
I wonder if this is the same quarry that they did Tomb of the Cybermen in.
Is it the same?
I don't.
Wouldn't it be fucking awesome if it was, though?
Oh, you know it isn't, though.
It probably isn't, but wouldn't it be awesome if it was?
Now, also, I want to say, as great as this quarry looks, and as much as I love the fan wank being on Telos and all that, Tomb of the Cybermen being one of my favorite Doctor Who stories ever, I really don't like the look of the tombs once we actually get inside.
Oh yeah, it's obvious once we get inside. They had no idea what the tombs looked like.
Oh yeah, and it's also a very hard design to translate when not doing it in black and white.
Yeah, so it's I don't hate it, but yeah, it just also
shrieks.
Well, we'll talk about that when we get here. We get to it.
Get to what?
When he shows up.
The boy.
You mean
K1, the controller in Tomb of the Cybermen?
Do you mean King Cockhead himself?
Yes.
Peen brain.
Doesn't it look even more like a...
Well, here's the thing. I think it looks more phallic in Tomb, but because it's in color and attack, it's infinitely worse.
Peen brain.
I don't know. I think King Cockhead works a bit better.
King Cockhead. Well, here's the thing. At least here, it's not even
also, speaking of
not
Tomb,
even egg shaped on all sides. It's sort of just an arch that has been filled in. In Tomb of the Cybermen, it's all the way around, man. It looks like the head of a penis.
Oh,
Plus-
Jacob, did I tell you we finally have someone else to talk about the VNAs on the Celestial podcast?
Who?
Someone messaged me on Twitter. I'll tell you more about it in between episodes, but still, someone messaged me on Twitter about being on future episodes, and we have someone else to talk about VNAs finally. So
That will be awesome.
right. I'm excited.
I'm thinking, because we're talking generally Doctor Who here, I'm thinking of starting a series on my channels where I look at like a vloggy type series where I look at some of the target books.
So basically copying my EDA vlog format.
Yeah, but you see, they'll be coming out more than once every 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
I'm trying to do once every. Hey, I'm trying to do once every month, fucker.
Yeah, I'm going to be trying to do once a month, but I'm thinking of doing it in a random order.
I would say just do it in release order. Go from Doctor Who and the Daleks and Web Planet of the Crusaders.
Here's the thing.
Oh, Doctor Who and the Zarbi, I mean. That's it.
I could do that, but
I don't want to.
I don't want to.
There you go.
Partially because what I have just available to me right now is a bunch of Second Doctor and some just a smattering of stuff.
Oh, did I tell you my first St. Anthony's Fire and Falls the Shadow came in?
Ooh, you haven't started them though, have you?
No, I just finished Menagra today at the time.
Oh, did you like the ending?
I did. Oh yes, I loved that ending. That was really nice.
Why hasn't he written any more?
Also, I love Mary Shelley, how she's used as a character in that. Oh, she's wonderful.
Yeah.
She's wonderful. But I got St. Anthony's Fire and Falls the Shadow in, and I just gotta say, why is Falls the Shadow so long? Just holding it, I feel like this is gonna take me longer than most.
Because it is, it's a very violent book, but I love it.
I'm excited. And now on the cover is that? Ooh, here's King Peenbrain.
I thought you were calling him King Cockhead.
Well, I mean, you called him.
Fozzie Bear, get out!
Anyway,
why is he saying Fozzie Bear?
So
Cyberman sounds like Fozzie Bear. Damn it!
So talking about
Waka.
So okay, shut up. Falls the Shadow. Is that are those Bernice's parents on the cover? I'm assuming they are.
No.
Oh,
No.
who are they? Whomst?
They're the villains.
Wait, what?
They're the villains of the book.
Because it seems like a mindfuck book. It seems like Benny's getting tortured by the visions of her parents. I don't know. That would make sense, but.
Oh, it is a mindfuck book. 100%.
All 360 pages of it.
But, and this is a big but.
Okay.
As a book, it's one where
now Colin's copping a feel with Terry.
I mean,
who's Terry?
Terry Malloy.
This one.
Oh, right. I thought. Sorry. Is that Terry Malloy?
Yeah, that's Terry Malloy.
That's Terry Malloy. Look at the dude.
He was in this.
Yeah, that's why we were joking about it when Linton was first getting out of the car.
Why would they have Terry Malloy here and not have him play Davros?
Because it's a Cyberman story, and that'd be fucking weird. It'd be fucking weird if you had Terry Malloy as Davros in a Cyberman story. And, Terry Malloy was going to come back as Davros later in the season.
Here's my guess. Revelation of the Daleks and Attack of the Cybermen were filmed back to back.
Do we know that?
But they weren't.
No, they weren't. I'm just bullshitting.
Then why the fuck would you say that? God, you know what I'm thinking about right now? There is such a strong divide in my two types of content on my channel. I'm not talking about the kinds of things I cover, but between my more professional, project related stuff that is very professional on the surface, that is very professional and just has a very clean, nice working relationship with everyone, and then there's this shit, this garbage upon humanity, these fucking commentaries, this stain upon all that is YouTube. Fuck this shit. I hate doing these videos, and I will never stop. I love you all, and I also hate you all. Sorry, I just had to get that out of me. Go on.
We love and hate you too, Joey. You absolute cock mongrel.
Like, oh my god, why? Like, why can't I just decide? Why can't I just either be like horrible classic Who shit poster all the time, and, or nice, clean, professional guy that does some cool impressions and puts out a product every couple months? No, I have to do fucking both because I can't ever be satisfied with my life.
God damn it.
You know what's going to be really hard when we record that video that we have to do novel adaptation related towards the beginning of next month because I don't want to spoil it, is the fact that it's going to be a discussion style video like this, but we have to be professional and not make fucking King Cockhead jokes every 5 seconds.
Brian.
I don't know why you said Brian. I'm the worst offender in these
And
things,
Joey.
Jacob.
Mostly Joey. Joey gets me riled up.
You know, you're not wrong. He kind of does.
We just kind of siphon off each other's horrible energy.
Well, I love you.
Fuck me.
I'm so looking forward to that time word discussion.
Okay, you know, I wasn't gonna spoil the title of the video, but fuck you!
Okay, Brian, you dick.
Didn't you already spoil it a while ago, though?
No, I didn't
We
say
weren't
anything.
We
No,
weren't
I didn't
recording.
No. I mean, like, didn't you spoil it a while ago as in a different video?
Shit,
Like
I don't
an
know what you guys
update
just said.
video?
My headphones just fell out. Fuck.
Oh. I said, didn't you say the title of the video, like,
No.
a while ago in a different video? Like,
No.
video?
Well, I guess now everyone knows. Okay, we're going to be looking at the Time Worm adaptations at the beginning of October.
Hey, you know
we
what
really?
you could do? You could just bleep it out.
Well, no, it's part of the fucking commentary. I'm just going to have like 2 minutes of dead air.
No,
You
just
don't need 2 minutes of
just,
dead air.
Just like
Just-
bleep
just-
out the words "time room discussion"
Yeah.
like that. Just like.
Well, now that we keep saying it, we're fucked. So shut up.
I will send you a censored version.
No, by the time this comes out, it'll be like a little over a week till the video comes out anyway. So fuck it.
So, did J&T just have a big boner for fan wank?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes. Yes, and yes.
he goes overboard. Can we agree with that?
I mean, I agree with that, but I still love it. Also, how does this plan work?
It doesn't. Aren't they already
get-
partially?
No, it
Doesn't
works
work.
for a while. It works for a while. I don't know what you're like. Oh my
It
god.
works for about 5 seconds.
for about 5 seconds. Aren't they already partially
Don't know
converted
when.
though? Like, isn't that a plot point, or am I just?
I wouldn't wear it either, man.
Am I just glitching out?
Oh, sorry. Wait, what were you just saying?
Like, aren't they already partially converted into Cybermen though?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
I think the explanation is they were conversion rejects, so the Cybermen are basically just using them as, like, builders and miners and shit like that, so they don't have to do it. Basically, they're the underclass of the cyber race. Which is stupid, considering Cybermen are meant to remove class. But that's fine.
Ooh, can we just talk about how much I love the N-word Cyberman here?
you mean the black one, the stealth
Yeah.
one?
The N-word Cyberman.
Okay, why didn't they use the stealth Cyberman ever again?
Is it
Like-
Stealth Cyberman? I thought it was the Cyber Scout.
I don't. Whatever it's called, I don't know. I could be wrong.
Well, then let's just all unanimously agree to say the N-word Cyberman.
It's the Cyber Scout. It says it on the toy packaging. I have the action figure.
Nerd.
Who
Hey,
collects
fuck you,
action
you-
figures?
Hey, who you calling
Ooh,
nerd?
look at me!
Collect-
I fucking collect action figures. Yeah, the Cyber Scout. It says it on the packaging.
Do you keep it mint
cunt,
in box?
Hey, cunt! I don't want to
And
hear
try
it
not
from
to
you.
drop
You
your Doom
collect
Coalition
Eagle Moss
4 box set?
figurines.
Eagle Moss have more monetary value than character options.
Yeah,
actually
but
do.
have you dropped your Doom Coalition 4 set though?
Yeah,
Sorry, I
hey,
had to.
but Joey, then tell me why the Eagle Moss figurines look so much more shit compared to the figures.
No, I think the figurines look better. I mean, at least they have a better actor likeness ratio than the action figures.
What do you mean?
And you see here, two nerds arguing in their natural habitat.
And you know, at least Eagle Moss produces more than like what, fucking 10 a year.
And at least Eagle Moss will ship to the U.S.
Exactly. So, look at the fags that character options are.
Yeah.
You can't say that word, Joey.
Jacob, I've said fags like 5 times already in this commentary.
Legit
I've already gotten demonetized.
It's legit a bone of contention for me, though, because, you know, I just want my Dark Eyes McGann, man. I also don't want...
See, this is what you get for not being an Eagle Moss fan.
I also don't want to pay $50 for it.
You could also you like myself could have Glorious Evil of the Daleks Emperor Dalek, or Power of the Daleks Dalek holding the Dalek embryo, or Destroyed Dalek from Resurrection of the Daleks, and many more Daleks.
The ultimate Dalek collector.
Seriously, I mean, I'm not. Most of my collection is regular figurines, but I mean, most of what Eagle Moss sells are Dalek variants.
That's true.
I have most of the Doctors, though. I think the only ones I'm missing from my Eagle Moss Doctors are the original 9th Doctor, original 12th Doctor, and 13th. And also they have the Abominable Snowman 2nd Doctor variant and I think the pilot 12th Doctor variant, whichever one comes with Bill. But they're not out in the US shop yet, so I don't count them yet.
You want to know what pisses me off? They actually bothered with going through the trouble of making 2 separate sculpts of the Tomb Cyberman, so that you could have one called the Moon-based Cyberman and the other called the Tomb Cyberman.
Yeah, that's kind of gay.
And is there no difference?
There's no difference at all.
There's a slight difference. One is in a walking pose, the other is just standing.
Ooh, wait, hang on. I want to talk about how great this TARDIS scene is. I really like this scene where the Cybermen attack the TARDIS.
Where the TARDIS floors just magically get rid of Terry Malloy's body in the next episode.
It's glorious.
Okay.
This is the one time I don't mind cyber screams, and then it gets old real fast. Ah!
Now, is Brian going to do his Perry impression?
No!
Come up for a breath, Joey.
How long will he do this? He's gonna do it for the entire end credits sequence.
Probably.
No.
You're actually the worst. He's just running out of breath now.
I think so. Yes.
You're such a cunt.
That's why I'm here.
I hate you. Burning passion.
I don't hate you, Brian. I mean, Joey.
Fuck you. You call me Brian. Attack of the Cybermen, Part 2, starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, are you done yet? Okay, cool, you're done.
No.
Do I need to murder you, Joey?
I wish someone would. Took
That's
someone
what
long
the
to-
birds sound like back in Boston.
Ah! Anyway.
Also, this is going to be so pedantic, but it annoys me that
Or
the
not
title...
Boston. Perry's
Yeah,
from
you know, I was
Baltimore,
gonna bring that
damn
up in part 1. I know exactly what you're gonna say, Jacob. That the titles are in all caps,
Yeah, it's like...
except for part 2, which like when it says the part name, it's weird.
I don't think any other episode that uses this logo does all caps.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Like, and this is the only, like, format that doesn't do all caps. Like,
Can we just
Oh.
talk about how awesome that effect was? Like, practical effect of the Cyberman head exploding as it fell down. I really like that.
I mean, it's a good effect.
Part of me wants to take these clips of Terry Malloy, put them in Audacity, and then put the Dalek filter over it.
Wow, that's gay.
Oh, I forgot to put the subtitles on. It's fine. They're on now.
Cool.
Also, the cyber leader speaks in italics.
Yeah. it's
No,
so
all the Cybermen speak in italics.
I actually figured out how to do the David Banks cyber leader voice properly.
Okay, but you gotta figure out how to do the Michael Kilgariff controller, because Iceberg exists. I mean, you have like 3 years to figure it out, but still.
Well, I know how to do the tomb voices, but
Yeah, so Jacob, what is the fucking continuity of Iceberg? Like, what are the regular? Because aren't the regular Cybermen in it not the Tomb Cybermen, but for
The
some
regular
reason?
Cybermen are supposed to be the invasion Cybermen.
But how does that make sense?
It doesn't. Look, have you tried to understand Doctor Who continuity?
David Banks helps us all. Have you never read the 1980s whatever classic Cybermen by David Banks?
I've thought about picking that book up, actually.
I hear it's quite good. Like, it's pretty comprehensive, but like ever since that's come out, like, you know, New Who and Expanded Universe has kind of fucked it all up.
My library has a copy of John Peel and Terry Nation's Dalek book, which explains the entire timeline of the Daleks up until Revelation of the Daleks.
So that's another thing I'd like to get my hands on.
I read it. It was actually pretty good. And I liked John Peel's throwaway explanation of why the Daleks' ancestors are mistaken as Dals and not Khalids.
So, Jacob, so you heard what I just heard, right? I think Brian's a John Peel apologist, which, much like John Peel himself and Time Worm Genesis,
Oh,
Brian
no,
is
not
Brian is a
again.
rape apologist.
Stop! No! That's not what that means!
And by extension, Brian himself is a rapist.
Whoa, no, that's not what that means!
Everyone cancel Briar Heart 02.
Although I do really like Perry.
Fuck me. God.
It was just too easy not to take it there. I'm sorry.
That does not compute. Does not compute.
Everyone pay attention to King Cockhead.
Tell us. And we shall have the Doctor's TARDIS. Why do the Cybermen sound angry all the time? It's really not good for them. Their blood pressure must be through the fucking roof.
Not as high as the Daleks though.
The Daleks, everything they say, they just sound like they're about to explode into flames. Like, you know that
I mean, unless you have that line from the
spontaneous
Dalek
human
invasion.
combustion shit from all-consuming fire. That's what the Daleks should be like every time they speak.
I mean, unless you consider like the Dalek invasion of Earth when they sound like they're like stroking off to something, when they're like, "We have the masters of Earth."
The
Like, for example,
Revelation and Dalek invasion of Earth voices are some of the worst.
They
hey,
are.
hey, I do like Dalek invasion of Earth, so fuck you.
I said the voices.
Oh no, I was just talking about the Daleks as a whole. In that, yeah, like I don't know, I don't mind the voices.
The one moment where they actually sound like Daleks is actually really good. Because it's that scene where Barbara and Barbara's little companion for the story are in the saucer and they all just fucking flip out and goes, "Take them! Take them! Take them!" And they get all pissed off. And they're all like shouting the same thing.
Do you guys follow that classic Who memes on Instagram?
I don't.
Quality page that.
I followed Big Finish memes for a bit, but their memes were shit.
Oh yeah, they're a really shit page.
There was one meme that I liked from them. It said, "The Eighth Doctor circa Dark Eyes 2012," and it was a picture of Pingu being sad, and the caption read, "Sad Newt."
God damn it.
Fucking sad Newt.
Did you ever just like get the really fun image of your head of Pingu shooting up a school?
I'm sorry, what?
How does that translate into this at all?
That's where all that sad Newt energy goes.
Joey!
I'm sorry, I'm feeling extra edgy tonight. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Joey, if Dylan was on, this would be the most shit thing we've ever done. If we had Dylan here instead of Jacob, do you know how fucking far that joke would have gone?
Pingu just shooting up a school.
It would go its furthest.
Oh, God. Oh, how shit that looks. No.
Here we go.
Oh no.
But is that the cyber tomb though, or is that just cyber control?
That's supposed to be the tomb. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yep. Oh no. Oh, sadness.
The Rogue Cyberman looks pretty cool though, but that fucking cyberbed area. Ooh.
Like, and also, it makes absolutely no sense that rogue Cyberman would look like the rest of the 80s Cybermen.
Okay, now you're just being a continuity nut.
No, I'm serious. Like, why would it look like the rest of them? Why would it not look like the Tomb Cyberman?
Because JNT doesn't care enough, that's
He cares enough to make sure Perry pleases all the fans.
I also like how in this story that you can sort of just tell some of the actors have sort of grown too fat for their suits, or what else is there? Some of the suits are falling apart, and that's why they look different in Silver Nemesis.
The Silver Nemesis suits are great.
It's a shame they're in such a shit story, huh?
I like Silver Nemesis. It's fun.
I also wish the glass on the mouths wasn't cloudy.
It's fun.
This man is in the cosplayer's dream costume.
Whoa, Perry's in something sensible.
Is
This
she
is
really?
against the law. This is illegal.
Not allowed. Not allowed.
I mean, it still really isn't that sensible. It's kind of an ugly outfit. It is not. It isn't skimpy though, which is something. Okay, and you? They don't look like tombs to me. They kind of look like big fucking windows.
Also, the Cryons are in this story.
I was about to say I like the crowns, but then I remembered. No.
Does anybody ever remember the Cryons' existence? I think not.
I remember them because I remember this was one of my first call-in stories I watched.
Oh, this was my first call-in story.
I think my first was... Fuck, what was my first?
Watching this at the age of 6.5 with my dad. My sister screaming about it because she hated Doctor Who. She still does.
And she has since been in 2 Doctor Who novel adaptations.
I guilted her into it.
I mean, hey,
Guilted.
she's good. She's good.
She doesn't think so, but she self-deprecates a lot, which is
Specifically Angula. I really like her as Angula.
Yeah, she does a good job as Angula. Hell yeah!
Ah!
He goes, "Run, Perry!" and just fucking throws her at the rogue Cyberman.
Because yeah, that's.
Perry still made it further anyway. You know, I really like the suit. I don't know why. Like, it's one of the very different Perry costumes. And
Do
here
we
are...
have any explanation as to why the Cybermen are going rogue in this story, or are they just kind of doing whatever?
I'm guessing it's just because like they're the leftover fuckers from Tomb, and I don't know.
I do like how they are all sort of moldy and rotten, though. That's pretty cool. Why are they italicized too?
Because they're monsters, I guess? I don't know. This story doesn't make any sense.
I love Attack of the Cybermen.
Joey
yeah, it
would,
kind of
Joey
falls
in
apart.
particular would love a hand job from the Cryons.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Indeed, indeed. I don't know. They might cut something with their long ass nails though.
All the more fun.
Living on the edge, man.
No. Fuck. I'm suddenly really tired.
I can tell. Because
I don't know why. I wasn't tired before.
all of a sudden, we're energetic and loud, and then the next minute, you fucking weren't.
Everyone find the timestamp where I just died inside.
About 15 minutes into part 2
Into part 2.
Part
of
dos.
2. I still have homework to do.
Heh, nerd.
Hey, fuck you. Aw, yeah. This female Cryon's just in here like, welcome, I've been here for so long, and I have not seen a man in years.
Oh no. I don't like where this is going.
Let me touch your
You-
face.
Wait,
Let
aren't
me
they all
kiss.
female?
Let me take off your clothes, Colin.
I'm sorry, Brian. What the hell are you on?
See, I'm just I've got this theory, right? That the Cryons are really doing all they're doing because, you know, they just want to fuck, you know? They're real horny, but the Cybermen won't fuck with them, you know? They kind of just leave them there and ignore them. And yeah, the Cryons are not happy about that. So, fun times. Fun times. And here we have the lesbian Cryons, who aren't into men, but still hate Cybermen anyway. And that's my
Because-
theory.
And that's your theory? And
That's my theory.
And you're sticking to it?
And I'm sticking to it.
What if
It's
he just said he
canon.
wasn't sticking to it?
It's canon, Joey. They explain it in episode.
I feel like Brian wants to fuck a cryon. I mean,
Nah.
Or
Too
he
much
wants to
bubble wrap.
do multiple.
Maybe if there was just a little less bubble wrap, you know? But there's too much bubble wrap.
Okay, Brian.
there we go.
We'll let you have your weird fantasies.
Oh, and here's another theory I've got. So these two, right? These two are they're actually trans Cybermen.
What?
They're they're trans Cybermen. See, they wanted to be Cybermen, but because the Cybermen are an oppressive species, I'm not following this route anymore.
Hey, Joey,
What?
can we fire Brian from everything?
No, I've for the rest of this commentary, I've given Brian executive hosting powers.
Oh yeah, fuck you, Jacob. Get out.
No.
He's like, fuck you, Jacob. Get out.
No, sorry, I'm just replying to this one message because I'm talking to someone about podcasts. Hang on.
Joey says, "Get on my podcast," and
Get
then
on,
doesn't-
get what the fuck was that, Brian? Get on the
doesn't-
podcast.
That was a noise that came out of.
Shit. Get on the fucking hell. Oh shit! I enjoyed that way more than I should have.
But yeah, Joey just goes, "Get on my podcast," and then doesn't participate in his podcast. And when you call him out for it, he goes, "I'm not on my podcast." It's fucking terrible.
Fuck you, God.
I would kiss Colin Baker on the mouth.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Jacob. So explain to me why the Cryons exist again.
To fill time!
That sounds about right.
Yeah, they really just serve absolutely no purpose.
Oh, we still have 24 minutes left. God damn it. I forgot how long the Cryon stuff is. I really don't like the Cryons at all.
Also, they're not necessary.
They make me want to cry. On.
And on. And on and on and on and on and on. And on some more.
Now, I enjoy these guys. I like this for some reason. It's terrible, but I like it.
It's terrible, but I like it.
Which is basically all my opinions in a nutshell.
It's terrible, but I love it.
Isn't that basically Doctor Who in a nutshell?
No, because Doctor Who can do things that are good.
But I'm talking like, if we look at Doctor Who as a whole.
Maybe, I don't know.
Ooh, they reused the parts from fucking Chameleon for that shit.
Really?
I bet you they did. I bet you they did. How much? Look at that shit. That has got to be Chameleon's hand.
Also, Brian, don't you still owe me $5?
I do.
All right, what a topic to bring up on this exciting commentary. Today we're talking about Attack of the Cybermen by Eric Sayward under the pseudonym Paula Moore, and it's a really good story!
As you can see, Joey is descending into madness.
And Brian still owes Jacob $5.
You better pay up.
Have you seen that meme series where it's called Goofy Wants His Money?
No.
What does this have to do with this story?
Nothing. We got bored.
So, Joe, you ever see The Dark Crystal?
Fuck you!
Okay, Jacob, have you ever seen The Dark
Yes,
Crystal?
I have.
You know what Joey sounds like? He sounds like a Skeksis.
You know, Michael Kilgariff was one of the Skeksis in that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, he was in it.
See, Dark Crystal does have something to do with Attack of the Cybermen, Joey.
Did we break Joey? I think we broke him. You alright, buddy?
See, when Jacob breaks, he just endlessly stutters. When Joey breaks, he screams and then goes really quiet.
You know, this fucking podcast hasn't even been, like, too bad. I've just kind of, like, been back here this whole time while you guys have talked, having, like, my own little fucking existential thoughts, and nobody seems to care!
Well, So I think we're watching Joey have an existential crisis. Do you need an internet hug?
I painted this fucking picture of Aquaman when I was like 10, and it's not very good. I was just looking at an old picture of it, and you know, like, I don't even know what I was thinking.
So audience, I must apologize.
I was really excited to be painting when I was 10, and I was like, hey, Mom, could you get me a canvas, like a proper thing to paint on? And she did, and I was really excited, and wow, this thing is horrible!
Holy fucking shit!
Joey,
Like, what did I even do?
Joe, I think you need to sit down. Hello, Mr. Policeman.
Oh, fuck. Shit.
Then there are these giant metal silver fucking clunk nuts that I just have to stare at for fucking an hour and a half straight with these assholes. There's King Cockhead over here with Litton's in the background there. He's dying. He has a really good character arc. That's something to comment about the story. That's really nice. Why are we still with the Cryons?
So, Web Planet is the one where Dylan gets drunk. Attack of the Cybermen is the one where Joey has a mental breakdown.
I'll be back in like 2 minutes. 1 second. Just hang on.
I'm afraid. Where's he going? He's getting a machine gun.
I'm sorry, Jacob. That shit just got me.
I'm just curious. Here's my curiosity, if you will.
I'm back!
Christ almighty.
Are you better?
No!
Oh, look! The doctor's yelling about not being fine, too.
So Time Lord interference is apparently a theme of this story.
Is it?
Yeah.
This is news to me.
So the Time Lords are involved with all this shit too now, because time travel plot with trying to prevent Mondas's destruction.
I wonder what a Time Lord versus Cyberman story would look like. That might be cool.
Read that Titan comic series then.
I don't like the Titan.
Neither do I.
They try to make the other be Matt Smith.
Is that the only reason you don't like it?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons.
It's weird. Titan tries to have like this official stamp on continuity. They treat it like they're the only piece of expanded universe to ever exist.
And it's like, except when they decide we're going to acknowledge the novels exist, but
at the same time we're gonna fuck them over. Yeah, exactly. Like it's.
So you seem calmer.
You know, you cut me off there, Jacob. I could have fucking finished that point myself.
Oh, sorry. I'll just shut up now.
So Joey, how you feeling, buddy? That's a good answer.
Why are we still with the Cryons?
Because they take up so much goddamn time.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only reason.
Can you believe when I started out doing YouTube videos and I went to reviewed one story from every Doctor? I recommended Attack of the Cybermen as the Sixth Doctor story.
I mean,
I can understand that as long as you recommend Resurrection for the Fifth Doctor.
That's exactly what I did.
Yeah,
I
so
did
that makes sense.
the Aztecs for the First Doctor, the Mind Robber for the Second Doctor. I want to say the Terror of the Autons for the Third Doctor.
see, I
Pyramids
would
of Mars for
recommend.
the Fourth Doctor. Attack of the Cybermen for the Fifth Doctor. Remembrance of the Daleks for the Seventh Doctor. Minuet in Hell for the Eighth Doctor.
Why would you even? What the fuck?
Because I think by that point I had only heard the first series of Eighth Doctor Adventures. That was the only audios I had heard, and I really liked Minuet in Hell.
I hate you. Like,
I hadn't heard. Okay,
no, shut the fuck up. Don't even talk to me.
for the Ninth Doctor, I did
Opinion invalid.
I did Dalek because it was Rob Shearman. Though I hadn't heard anything else by Rob Shearman. For the 10th Doctor, I did School Reunion. And for the 11th Doctor, I think I did Dinosaurs on a Spaceship. Joey?
Can we just have a spin-off DC comic movie about how Joey becomes the Joker instead of this guy or whatever his name is?
Joaquin Phoenix. I mean, Joey is cackling like a madman.
Holy fucking shit. You calmed down yet? Christ almighty.
No, the Cryons are still here. He can't calm down.
Why?
How much longer do we have of this story?
Like 15 minutes. God.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
I have this theory, okay? And hear me out on this one.
I swear if you think Cryons are Cybermen, I'm gonna kick you from this.
That's not what I was gonna say at all.
Well,
At
go ahead.
all. I wasn't gonna say that. No, my theory is that Perry was the Cybermen all along.
What?
It's clearly obvious that his theory was that the Cryons were the Cybermen the whole time.
Wait, was that seriously what you were gonna say, Brian?
No, what I was actually gonna say was maybe Cyberman stories just aren't fun to watch as groups, because you remember when we watched Silver Nemesis, right?
Yeah.
Well, try it with, like, the invasion.
We did it with the moon base too, and
That wasn't fun. That wasn't fun either.
So maybe Cybermen stories just suck. Ooh, this scene! I love this scene.
Time for some good old-fashioned Mary Whitehouse fun.
Won't somebody think of the poor children?
Speaking of Mary Whitehouse, Time of Your Life comes out in November.
Fuck up! You're ruining the scene with your self-promotion.
Well, no. I mean, what use am I?
Hell yeah!
Fuck me.
Will he
screams in pain?
Does he float?
What?
Does he float?
What?
I don't know. I'm just quoting random shit.
Stop. Okay, Jacob, I get it. You started reading it. You're an intellectual who reads fucking Stephen King. Ooh, whatever. I am fucking smart. I read long Stephen King books with fucking child orgies. Ooh, look at me. Look at how smart I am. How many fucking brain cells I have. Ooh, I'm Jacob.
I don't think I do the ooh.
Joey, I read the first novel in the Dark Tower series. Does that make me that smart?
Yeah. You know, as we know, people like Jacob Licklider with very large brains who read long novels like he does. You know, clearly you are now in the same class as he is.
Oh my fucking god! His suit has paint scuffs on it. What is wrong with the suits in this story?
They're cheap.
And falling apart.
And cheap.
Also, Brian, check your Twitter.
What did you do?
What do you think I did?
What did you either tagged me in something and quoted me saying something ridiculous.
Yeah, he did. He did. That's exactly what he did.
Well, what was your other option?
Or you responded to one of my tweets and said something like, gay. I hate you.
Maybe the glass eye was the penguin the whole time.
This just in, Briarheart 02 wants to fuck a cryon.
How gay is the name Briarheart 02? Like, who even likes that? Fuck me.
I like it.
So shit.
Yeah, how are they going to destroy the TARDIS?
They're gonna woman it to death, I guess.
They're gonna what?
What?
They're gonna what?
Woman it to death?
Brian,
They're gonna what?
Brian, this isn't the doctor's wife.
Ooh, you got a thing on, what is it?
See, classic Who says the Cybermen are just robots.
Yeah, like how? Fuck me. Fuck.
When even in this story, they talk about that you see people half converted.
See, where's the skull?
So David Banks is
look, Joey, finally, something that will relieve you from pain. Seeing this happen should give you, like, extreme satisfaction and happiness.
Does she like melt or something?
Yeah,
destroy the bitch at once.
It's the David Banks cyber leader. Stop making those mouth noises, please. They are.
See? What did I fucking tell you?
Also, the overacting.
She just wanted the cyber leader's massive dong.
No, that's a cyber controller.
I'm sorry.
Jacob, the one with the black handlebars is the cyber leader.
No. The cyber controller has the massive dog.
Oh, right. Right. On his head.
Yes.
Where is the... There he is! Behind the controller! Duct tape neck Cyberman. Oh, maybe not. Never mind. He'll appear at some point.
Also, the sets in this story are so boring. Like whoever was in charge of set design for this
should be fired.
Should be fired, yeah. It's literally like, let's put up it looks like let's put up some walls, and they're so bland.
Whoa, what's that? I'm seeing here that Chris Chibnall designed these sets. So are you in a Chris Chibnall cancel culture, Jacob? Are you saying that Chris Chibnall should be fired? From Doctor Who?
Wasn't Chris Chibnall like a child when this came out?
Chris Chibnall is always, at every point in his life, fully capable of destroying the hopes and dreams of Doctor Who fans, according to the Not My Doctor crowd, who are clearly correct about everything they ever say. And Chris Chibnall is the worst thing to ever disgrace mankind, next only, of course, to Jodie Whittaker, or should I say Jodie Bitchaker. Yeah, how clever is that name?
Or, it's even... You know it's even cleverer than Jodie Bitchaker. Well, you see, I referenced the TV movie in the series 9 finale. He's half human, and it's all so clever.
Does that make me RTD in this scenario?
And I just sat there and I laughed.
And I just sat there and I laughed.
Is that something that Moffat actually said? I can imagine Moffat saying that, honestly.
No, it comes from a clip. I think it's from the Extremis commentary, where Shay is talking about how the design on the monks, how their costumes are sort of red, and he's fake quoting Moffat, and Moffat goes something along the lines of, I was just laying in my bed one night, and I thought, I really like Mario. And so I just sat there and laughed. It's all so clever.
I think Dylan used that in the Web Planet commentary, didn't he? I need to get Dylan to send me the raw file of that one day because, it's quality.
Ooh, this. Wait a minute. I have something not so clever to say. So I won't say it.
Say
yet.
it. Make a fat joke. Go ahead.
It won't make sense.
Say it. Say it.
Make a fat joke.
Make a fat joke. Say it.
About who? This
I don't
boy?
know. Well, really, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Say whatever you were about to say, and whatever it was, I will make fun of it, regardless of if it's clever or not. So go ahead.
I'm gonna scream it here in about 5 seconds. So just wait a second.
This had better be worth it, Brian.
Exclaiming.
The man who never would.
Ha! Because nobody's ever made that joke before, Brian. Ha! What a knee slapper. Ha!
That was Jacob.
The man who never would!
That was Jacob who said that? Excuse me?
That was what I was gonna do.
Joey, I think you've lost your mind.
Jacob, I lost my mind a long time ago.
Yeah, about when the first Cryon appeared on screen.
Yo, is my microphone shot?
With any luck. So we don't have to hear your dying cow of a voice anymore.
I think this is the end. Are we nearly done? Because I'm bored.
2 minutes.
This has been the worst commentary I've ever made. Fuck me.
Do you actually think that, or?
I don't know. It may just be me in the moment, but wow, this is bad.
What's wrong with this commentary?
Also, suddenly explosions.
Boom, boom.
No, not suddenly. It's explained.
Also, isn't that like not the only two Montellos? Isn't there like the implication that there's more?
Wait a minute. Wait. You just pronounced telos as telos.
Well,
Brian, you are not one to talk about pronunciations, Mr. fucking Mondasian.
Or Dalek.
Dalek.
I hate you.
Today I'm gonna be doing a tutorial on the Mondasian Cybermen. That thing has like what, over 5,000 views, and people just gotta sit through your stupid ass saying Mondasian the entire time.
Yeah.
Have we talked about the title sequence? Do we like the title sequence?
I love this title sequence.
It's very colorful.
I feel like it's just a shitty rehash of the older one used for Baker and Davison.
Hey! You're right.
Yeah?
You're right.
Alright.
You had something to say?
No.
He said you were right.
That's what I thought, cuck.
Well, I hate you all. I really don't like the fact that you guys were on this commentary with me. I really don't like this commentary as a whole. I really hate myself right now, and I hope every viewer of this commentary hates us as well, and hates themselves, and hates existence as much as I do.
You're treating this as if it were time flight. Jesus
goodbye,
Christ,
and
calm
fuck
down.
everything. Everything is useless, and you're gonna die.